Hey patrons, it's Johannes from Noisepod, and I would try to keep this short. It's an update, a new beta of BassFlip, so I addressed some of the things that you guys comment on, and I also discovered a couple of situations where I wanted the plugin to work a bit differently, which I addressed and fixed. So I'm gonna just talk about the changes, and then I'm gonna make another video that explains phase rotation and the principle of this plugin that you can watch if you want to. Because I feel that if you used this method before, then you probably don't need the explanation, but it can be fun to get some more in-depth explanation of this, how I implemented it. So that's it. So the differences. First, the things that haven't changed. It's the same filter, or you set the crossover and you set a speed which is used to when you go between different rotation values, and that's this. So this is the crossover. You set the frequency where the plugin will work on the frequencies below this value. And this sets a time it takes to change between different values. Those haven't changed, those are the same. Actually, the filter is not as steep as it used to be. I realized that I got better results and better readings if I didn't had the filter wasn't that steep. So the crossover is not at all as steep as it used to be. A good thing with that is that it takes up less CPU and adds less latency. Another thing is that I separated the timing and look ahead, which was just one control earlier. Now I separated so you can set look ahead up to 100 milliseconds, like with this control. Sorry, there we go. And you set the timing that makes the phase rotation, the different values glide through different values with this control, and they completely separated. So that means we have less latency and more control. So just good things. Those are from comments from you guys, so thank you for those comments. Another thing is that I removed the reset thing when you touch the delta and bypass. The reset of the meters. So it will still reset when you touch any of the other controls, but not the delta and bypass. And I also added a little reset button, so you can reset the controls manually without touching anything if you want to do that. I also added a threshold, so when the signal is below this threshold, it won't do anything. So you can avoid phase rotation when it's not needed in low passages, for example. And I added some graphic stuff, so it starts to look a little bit more like something more like a plugin. Yeah, and those are the changes pretty much. Yep. So let's have a look at things when we use it. Let's start with the threshold. Easy peasy. You can see as the threshold, the signal goes above the threshold, it starts to rotate the phase, and if it's below, it doesn't. And it's the slow meter to the right. That's why there's a little black line here that shows you that it's using the incoming signal, and it's the slow meter. There are two meters really in that. It's one fast that just shows you the actual peaks, and then slow down version of that meter, and it's the slow down version that we use for this. And that's because I wanted it to be slower than the actual peaks. So the peak happens, and then it will take a little while before if the signal goes below, before it stops the phase rotation. So those are pretty much the changes, and the same thing as last time. It's just for paying patrons right now, and I will also make a tutorial about what this plugin does in the different modes, but that will be a separate video that I will link to in the description, because I think that should remain there even if I update the plugin and make these videos where I explain the updates. So that's coming as well. All right, I think that's about it with this update. So go and grab it, and keep those comments coming so we make this plugin one of the greatest plugins ever made. And have a good night. See you later.